Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan, illustrated by Mark Evans. Actually, here their names are at the bottom too, along with thewellen.com. Feel free to freeze frame and use whatever information you need there to search out whatever you need to search out. Supportive Oracle cards. Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron Reed. Website on the back here, ColetteBaronReed.com. There's also a couple other websites. Feel free to freeze frame and check out whatever you would like, of course. Okay, what do we have for Cancer? The energy seems to want to go fast. Well, Queen of Wands was the first card out, so there you go. It does want to go fast. This is curious. Oh, him again. This person, this is the him again. Something is coming in really fast. It's not going to last very long. I think it's going to make you nervous, though. Whatever this category, whatever this is, the situation has been, I feel like it's been fairly calm and maybe pretty good for a while. Whatever this is. So, I don't feel like this has always been an easy situation. I don't feel like that's correct. But I do feel like maybe the last few months have been really good. Let's put it that way. I think that fits better when I'm seeing the Sun card in the past for you. The last few months have been pretty good. Whatever this subject is. So if it's a certain person that maybe you don't always get along with, but lately it's been going pretty well. Maybe it's your job. Maybe it hasn't been the best job, but lately it's been pretty good. Stuff like that. And I'm feeling like I'm quite happy about it, and I'm trying to like. I don't feel like I want things to change, but I'm kind of like, all right. Why is this going so well? Not like looking a gift horse in the mouth or whatever you want to say, but like I'm not like you're ungrateful, because I feel like you are grateful, but it's kind of like, why is this going so well in the sense of like, because wherever it's going so well, I want to try to keep that. I want to try to keep it going. So if there's something I can make, for example, if it's a plant, and it's kind of like, it's a violet, and you're like, well, it doesn't do well in direct sun, and you're realizing, oh, that one's not in direct sun, so if I put these other ones off in the shade 2, they're going to do better. So it's like, if I have the information, I'll help keep it. That's all. I think I'm making it too complicated. So you're trying to figure it out, but you're also being very careful. You're like, I'm not looking to cause problems. I don't want to be ungrateful. I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way. But if there's something I can do to keep it going, I definitely want to. Is this changing? Something is coming in. There's a lot of... Something comes in really quickly. And I got that with the Queen of Wands. I also get this with the Knight of Wands. That's a quick card. The Tower card. It's a shock. It's a shock. I don't know if it's going to be bad. I know it's the Tower card, and usually the tower is falling over. But sometimes... if it's a tower that I didn't really like anyway, it's kind of like, all right, that's not so bad. Two of Wands coming in the environment. Quick decision being made. I just said this in the last reading for Pisces. I don't know how this adds in here, but if it happens, if it starts quick, it can end quick just as... If it starts really fast, it can end just as fast. And I feel like there's a false start about to happen. I feel like whatever it is that comes in ends as fast as it starts. That tower, I feel like that tower, because it's over to the side, I don't think the tower's hitting you. I think it's hitting somebody else. Somebody else around you, something was going to go, something was going to start, and then it ended before it began. You're finding this out after the fact is what I'm getting. It's kind of like, for example, if somebody was going to run away and get married. You're finding out like a few days, if not a few weeks after, that it failed. For whatever reason. I feel like you're very happy with that. Kind of like, okay, that didn't work out, good, because that shouldn't have. Or it's kind of like, yeah, that wouldn't have worked for me. So it's kind of like, I don't feel bad like I'm not upset about that failing. I understand that the person it failed on may not be so happy. Is there a negative card there? Yeah, there's healing. Four of Swords is good. So whatever failed, I feel like it's not really bad. I feel like there's good healing going on there. So I know it's subjective. Take that with a grain of salt. Naturally, it's a general read. So if you think it's bad, then it's bad. Don't worry about it. But I don't feel like it's generally bad. There's a lot of healing, a lot of growth there for whatever they did really quick, but it failed before it began. I feel like this is helping you stabilize this situation. You're getting this King of Cups energy. The thing is, while I'm finding out one of the reasons that I'm getting along with this energy, whatever this is because I'm left out in the cold a lot until after things have settled. And unless there's actually going to be a change happening, I don't know about it. Which kind of brings down the stress level partially until I realize that's happening. I don't hear about things unless they're actually going to happen. But then when I realize there's a lot of chatter going on and I'm not being included in it, that does bother me. So it's kind of like a 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other. That whole double-edged sword thing, kind of like, oh, okay, I'm not hearing about it unless it's actually going to happen. But then it's also like, oh, I'm out of the loop. People aren't telling me what they're considering. People aren't telling me what they're brewing up. So I'm not finding out about it unless it's already a done deal. So wait a minute. That's maybe not as good as I thought it was. And I'm wondering, like, why aren't things working out? Like, why aren't people telling me things? But I'm also getting at the same time, by not knowing what's going on, it keeps me out of that stress loop. It's like a stressful connection. And it's not as stressful if I don't know what's going on. I'm kind of shocked that people are talking and I'm not being a part of it. I'm trying not to say it this way, but I keep coming to the same quote of, like, I keep feeling like people are talking behind my back. And that bothers me. I didn't realize that was happening, and now I feel like people are talking behind my back. Yeah, I don't like being kept out of the loop. I understand that it's kind of like one of those things where it's, again, 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other. By not hearing about all this stuff, it doesn't upset me. But also, by not hearing about all this stuff, I don't have any say in what's happening next, and I don't like that either. I really don't. I feel like you're going to come forward kind of like, all right, this has been going well for a while, and I don't really want to ruin that, but I need to be included in these things, because if I'm not included in these things, this is not so good. So I feel the Ace of Swords coming and around, like, I feel like you're going to bring forward a conversation with whoever or whatever this is, kind of like, I need to be on the end. People need to let me know what's going on. That is the Ace of Swords. Again, it was repeated in the dice. And then the Hierophant, in the sense of, like, not only do I need to be a part of it, from here going forward, I need to not only be a part of it, but I need to stay a part of it. Do not remove me from the intel. I need to know what's going on. People need to keep me in the loop. I want to be in the loop. If it's a little stressful, so be it. I'd rather know than not know. Whatever this subject is, for example, if it's about a child or something, or maybe your child or somebody like that you look out for, you're like, nope, I need to know what's going on. Whether I like it or not, it's worse to not know and find out after the fact. If I know ahead of time, at least I have some chance of helping. So it's like, nope, you need to tell me. I need to know. I need to be on the inside on that. This is very interesting because it does seem to calm the situation down again. I also see, like, you have to keep a closer eye on the situation, but it doesn't seem to change after that. I feel like when people realize you're watching, I feel like they're kind of, like, quieting down. There's not a lot of information showing up here after, but there's not a lot of information there anyway at this point. The card of enlightenment here is kind of like, I feel like I am keeping a closer eye on things, and I'm touching base with certain people to make sure that nothing is going on, and I'm reminding people if something starts here, let me know. I need to know as soon as possible, because I don't want to find out after the fact. I can't fix things or help things as much if I find out after the fact. And I feel like people are also working with you on that. But definitely, the sooner you come forward with the conversation, the better. Originally, I feel like I didn't want to upset the apple cart. I didn't want to shake things up. But afterwards, when I'm realizing, like, oh, things are still happening, I just don't know about it, then I'm like, okay, no, I need to know what's going on. It's very stagnant, but I also feel like, I'm pulling people closer. I feel like you're going to hang out with people more, or you're going to touch base or have conversations, kind of like all right, I don't really want to cause problems. I'm not looking for that. But if I don't reach out and talk to these people, I'm not going to know. So I feel like there's more information coming your way. Just be aware that like it does seem like the situation's going back into a lull, and it's still good. The situation does feel like it's still good, but it's kind of like it's better to know. Keep touching base with people. I feel like the most you'll get is 3 or 4 months before things start happening again, but you need to know when things start happening again. So putting yourself out there again, even though it's kind of like, oh, but I was happy not. It's kind of like I feel like you need to so you can stay in the loop. All right, I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.